Hello there and welcome to this beard clipper video. This is another video in my series of building with Rosie, and as I stand here recording this intro, this was done a little while ago. Unfortunately, Rosie is no longer living with me, no longer even in the country, so I don't see her very much, and so the next time I'm going to get to hobby with her, I have no idea. So the takeaway from this, if you take anything away, is if you have kids, grab the time with them. You never know when it's going to finish, and it's never long enough. You never have enough time, and so yes, make the most of every second you possibly can to spend time with them. That phone can be put down. You can do plenty of other things with your life, basically. So this is building Aslan's footprint. Now, Rosie loves the Narnia stories. I'm reading them to her. I'm halfway through the series, yeah, she's loved them, and she loves the Narnia one particularly. She loves Aslan, and so what we did is we decided, after we were reading one of the books, I think it was no, I can't remember what it is. I can't remember the name of the book. It's the second one. It's the third one. It's the odd one with the horse, My Horse and Me, or something like that it's called. Anyway, there we are. There's a bit in it where the guy is walking along and Aslan's walking next to him, and then he leaves a footprint behind, and then streams come out of it and what have you. So we decided to build that, yeah, she had great fun helping with this. I had great fun working on it, and I hope you enjoy the video. Bit of a rambly intro. Sorry about that. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you again at the end. A new project for me and Rosie to do. I've not got her involved in this yet, so I'm just planning it. But yeah, so what you've got here, I found this just some stock, kind of like a lion paw print. And let me read you this extract from chapter 12 of The Horse and His Boy from Narnia. Shasta in Narnia. Was it all a dream, wondered Shasta? But it couldn't have been a dream, for there in the grass before him, he saw the deep, large print of the lion's front right paw. It took one's breath away to think of the weight that could make a footprint like that. But there was something more remarkable than the size about it. As soon as he looked at it, water had already filled the bottom of it. Soon it was full to the brim and then overflowing, and a little stream was running downhill past him over the grass. I read that to Rosie last week. We're reading through the Narnia stories and absolutely really having a great time, loving it. And yeah, it made me think, you know what, that would be an awesome little bit of terrain to build. So I went and looked for a paw print, found one. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this with Rosie. I'm going to ask her how big she wants it to be. She's going to be involved in all this. And then I will cut this out, stick it down onto some foam, which will have a hill on the side of a hill. Just a ridge probably like this, with this on the top and a path running next to it. And then I'll build up around it with the modelling compound, which probably I'll do because Rose doesn't like it. And then we'll use some resin to do a puddle with a stream running down it across the hill. So that's what this is going to be, and that's going to be mine and Rosie's next project together. So yeah, I'll start this very, very soon. I'm going to get her up very shortly and get her to start her, get her to pick the size, and then we'll get the basis done, and I'll film when she's here. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. I think it's a really lovely idea, and I think it'll be quite an interesting little piece, and it could even work as a little bit of wargaming terrain, just for the fun of it, really. Quite predictably, Rosie picked the huge paw print. So what I've got here is some old insulation foam, battered and beaten up, but it'll be fine. So just staring at this, trying to work out how I'm going to do this. So what I think I'm going to do is have this stuck down kind of over here and cut it out around that size. So if I get myself a pen, then I can kind of show roughly what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to have to zoom out slightly so you can get it all in shot. So I'm thinking it will be around here, and the terrain piece, it will obviously be not totally square shaped, so cut the corners off, whatever. And the terrain piece will be something like that. The paw print can go here, and then the stream and the rivulet can kind of flow off in that direction, and that's what I'm thinking about doing. So what I'm going to do first is cut this out, just use my knife to cut it out. And then glue down the paw print, and then we'll try and get Rosie involved as much as possible. She's painting on the balcony at the moment, so she is doing her own version of hobbying, just not with Daddy. Right, Rosie has joined me, and she says she wants to help. So what I'm going to do now, I've cut this out, so I'm going to bevel the edge. So you're going to help me, aren't you, Rosie? Let me show you what I'm doing. What we're doing is we're coming along, we're just cutting the edge off like this.
Yeah. Randomly.
Randomly, yes, absolutely. There we are. So do you want to help?
Yeah.
Let me get behind you. You put your hand on my hand. And you don't cut towards yourself. You see, we're cutting away from ourselves. Never cut towards yourself, otherwise if you slip when you're cutting towards yourself, you could cut yourself, yeah? So you be very, very careful with the knife to make sure that you're being sensible. No, you're okay. Put your hand on mine.
What is I want to do. Oh.
You're okay. It's not something to be worried about unless you don't act very sensibly, okay? So I'm just teaching you the things to do to make sure that you don't have an accident with a knife, which is stay behind the blade, yeah? Behind the blade at all times.
Come near yourself.
I'm okay, I'm moving it around, you see? Yeah?
What's this bit?
There we are, so we've got a bevel. Okay, so we'll do that a little bit more. I'll turn the camera off because it's not very nice sound. So we'll do that a little bit more. We'll make it nice and beveled. And then what we'll do is we'll stick this down onto it and then we'll leave it. And then tomorrow we're going to come with modelling compound and we're going to build up around it, okay?
Okay.
You're going to get your hands dirty, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't like getting your hands dirty, do you, love? No. Okay, what do you say to the camera?
Bye-bye.
Well, there's Rosie's hand, and we're going to now take the weights off and see how well that's stuck down, aren't we, love? Are you going to get your hands dirty with the modelling compound?
No.
No, she's not going to get the hands dirty, so I'm going to do the next step on my own, and then we can do it together. So there we are, that's stuck down nicely, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So the plan now, which we won't do now because she's got a nasty cough, love. The plan now is to do some modelling compound on that. But what we'll do first is we'll go get some cardboard, and we'll stick this down to the cardboard just so it's got a cardboard base. So give me 1 minute to go and find some cardboard, and we'll come back and we'll do that step. So we've got some cardboard, and what we're going to do now is glue it down. So do you want to help with that?
Yeah.
I've got another tube which I will need to use.
I don't want to put my name.
No, you don't put your hands in it, but you can help me with squirting it out.
Oh, that's funny. I just want to watch.
You sure?
Yes.
Don't know how much glue I've got in this, so I might need to change the tube. We'll get a bead of glue run around the outside, and I'm running out, it's running out. Right, I'm going to need to change the tube. Cool. That's it, it's done. Right, so what I'll do is I'll do the glue around the outside, a couple of squiggles in the middle, and then weight it down. But I'm not going to start the camera again. We've got to change the glue tube so that we can get a little bit more glue on there. Well, I've asked Rosie, and she's absolutely said that she does not want to get her hands dirty. So she's not going to be helping with this stage, but that's okay. So I'm going to get this done so that tomorrow there's something for us to do. And what I'm going to be doing is my modelling compound. I'm going to put the whole thing over, and I'm also going to build up around the footprint. And yeah, whether I get this all done tonight or not, I don't know. But I'm not going to film much of it because it's basically something you've seen endlessly over and over and over on this channel. And if you're not sure how to do it, go and find one of my other videos where I show you. But yeah, we're just going to build this up. But what I might do is when I come to be doing around the actual footprint, I may put the camera on then just to show that bit. But I'm going to get myself into the technique and do a little bit of the stuff around the edges first. So I'll turn the camera back on a bit later on, maybe when I'm doing the actual footprint. But yeah, let's get this done so it can be dried, so that me and Rosie can do the hobbying together tomorrow. Right, so I've been cracking away on this, and I'm to the very end now, as you can see. So, as I promised, I'm gonna pop the camera on, and gonna do the building around this, which is the hardest part, of course. So why not put that on camera? It's not gonna be very deep, because it's just an impression that he left. But it will have a nice, put some water in it, and then have the stream running off down there like I've said. So yeah, just gonna probably put some music on. I don't want to keep chattering. Put some music on, you can watch what this looks like and enjoy. And there we are. I think that looks alright. Pretty happy with that. So we'll let that dry, which will happen very, very quickly. It's drying while I'm using it. So that's already dry, now we'll just put it down. So yeah, we'll let that dry. And then tomorrow, when Rosie gets home from school, we can do the next step, which is going to be sand, probably. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty happy with that. Nice one. Right then, we've got an excited child here who is spilling sand all over the side because she's playing when she's been told not to, haven't you? Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some glue down on this, which is now nice and dry,
yes,
and scatter sand on it. So you need to...
Kind of sand.
Yeah, the nice filtered sand that Daddy sifts. So we've got watered down PVA. I've given it a good shake, and what we're going to do is paint some...
I can't really see it.
PVA on. I know, but I'll tell you where it is. Paint some PVA on. I think we did this with black paint last time. But it doesn't matter, it'll be fine. It'll only stay where there's glue, so don't worry. So paint some PVA on, and then once we've got an area covered in PVA, then you can do your scattering of sand, and then we'll move on and we'll get the whole of this covered in sand. So there we are. That's it. Don't worry too much about making a mess. I'll tidy it up afterwards. That's it. That's it. Good girl. Cover the whole lot down here as well. So I'll watch, Rosie. Don't do more sand. Watch. You can just knock it down. Knock it down like that, and that's covered everywhere where there's glue PVA. So what we'll now do.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Oh well, we'll get that next time. What we'll now do, Rosie, wait a second, is. Shake it off.
Yeah, I've got it.
And now we're going to find where the glue didn't stick. Wait for I need to put some more glue down before we do any more sand. So there's a little bit there, so you can put a little bit on there. And then we'll carry on. So we'll get this done. I'm not going to film it all. We'll get this done.
Not too much.
It's okay, no, just it'll fall off in a minute. We'll get this done and we'll bring it back when it's finished and show what it looks like. So yeah, let's get covering in sand, shall we, Roo?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to spill it on.
It's okay. It's okay. It happens.
Ready?
All right. Yep. Ready? Go for it. Very good technique. That shake is exactly how you do it. I'm very proud of you, Rosie. That is exactly how you scatter sand onto terrain. Good work. You've been watching, haven't you? You're watching and learning. Right. So now we're going to tip that off. No, don't get in the way. Don't get in the way. I need to see. There we are. There we are. You caught some. Right, so onwards. Right, so the next step is black paint all over it. So we've both got a brush.
Yes.
What you need to do is get some water on your brush.
I did get some water.
Get some paint on your brush. And we're just going to have to paint the entirety of this black.
Including the step?
Including the footprint, yes. So yeah, not going to worry about filming all of this because it's just going to be this. But we will do this together, won't we, love?
The sand is coming off.
Don't brush it so hard then. You're not supposed to brush the sand off, you're supposed to just put some paint over the top. And what this will do is it will seal the sand and stop it coming off, okay? Yep, so get some paint, get it nice and wet, and then drop over it and make sure you spread it all out. Okay? So yeah, we'll get this done and then do the next step tomorrow after school, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Good. Right, I'll stop recording now. Right, so the black got done and it's all dry now. So the next thing is our dry brushes, isn't it, love? So we're going to come along, get a bit of paint on the brush, take most of it off, and then come along and dry brush over the top of the black. And you're going to do it with me, aren't you? It'll be fine. So get a little bit of paint on your brush, tap it off on the paper.
Mostly off.
Yeah, and then brush it on. And we'll get this done all over it.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit too much.
It's okay. It's okay. It can be a bit like that a little bit. Just not totally painting it on, that's all. It's not that it shouldn't be putting colour on, this maybe could be called more of an overbrush than a dry brush, because we're not really drying our brushes, are we? We're just trying to avoid that. That was too much there, so I can smear that off my finger. There we are. Right, so we get that done, and next step after this, once this is dry, is going to be static grass. Yay! Right then, so now we are going to do some tufts and bushes and other bits and pieces on here. Yeah, that's the paw print. It's the same size as your hand. Wow! Right, so we've got tufts. We're going to do grass tufts and a couple of flower tufts, but not too many. But first of all, we've got these bushes. So
and these are the flower bushes.
Yeah, so we're just going to use a little bit of a hole, and I'll do these, and then we're going to push that in there. We're never going to move them. And there we are, so that's in. And then the other one you wanted was this one with the yellow flowers on, wasn't it?
Yeah, I want it here.
Well, that would be in the way of Aslan, so shall we do it here?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah. And where
You can
is,
see just how hard it is to push this.
Shasta?
Shasta? Well, Shasta was walking along this side, wasn't he?
Yeah.
There we are, so we can... Oh, it's not going in. Need to make that hole bigger. We're supposed to go into these stumps, but they don't. Right, so what we're going to do is... Oh, that really doesn't go in. Come on, get in there.
Come on, Daddy, you have to do
There it is, it's in. Right, so what we're going to do now is we have all of these green grass tufts, and we're going to put these... We're going to put these all over the place, and then once they're in, then tomorrow or the next day we'll come back and we'll do our static grass. So, and then we're going to do some flowers as well, yes. So we'll get that done, and we'll turn the camera back on when it's done and show what it looks like. So Rosie had her way, and we got lots of lovely flowers and tufts, and you enjoyed that, didn't you, love? Yeah, so Rosie picked the flowers and we put them in together. She did some of the placing even herself, didn't you, with the tweezers? It's very cool. And we'll let that dry, and then the next step will be the static grass.
These beautiful purple flowers.
Yes, she demanded the purple ones on as well, but I'm pretty pleased with how that looks. I think it's going to look really nicely like a mountain path. So yeah, so we'll be back for the next step very shortly. What do you say to the camera?
Bye.
Bye. Just testing a hand size in an Aslan's paw print.
Yes, but look.
Yeah, I know. It's very cool, isn't it?
That makes me not put it in.
Right, so now it's time for static grass. So I have all the 4 of the 2mm static grasses. And what we're going to do, not just yet, what we're going to do is we're going to put a path, first of all, going across here. And for that, we're going to use the dead static grass and then put a layer on top of the autumn static grass, and then we're going to use the other grasses to build up around the outside. So that's the plan. How well it turns out, we'll find out, won't we? So Rosie is going to be in charge of spreading the glue if she stops wiping all of the water that I put on off of the brush. That water was put on for a reason and not to be spread on you. We'll wash your hands later. So get a little bit of water, because this is quite thick, so you need a bit of water to encourage it to flow. So what we'll do is I'll put some blobs of glue on and you spread it out, okay? You spread it out. And you might need to keep getting water so you can keep spreading it, okay? That's it. If it stops spreading, get some more water on your brush. That's it. Don't go too far down. Don't go too far down. You need a little bit more water. And I'll keep doing. Now do this. Just spread it around. That's it. Good girl. It's good. Keep going.
Oh.
Don't worry. Just keep going. Keep going across.
Oh,
You don't need to spread it quite so violently. You can just do that. Just encourage it around. Do you see what I mean? Yep. Right. Keep going. Doing well. That's it. That's it. Right. And now, can you reach that? Yeah. Good. We'll do this, and then we'll add a little bit more glue, and then we'll do the next one. Right, so now we're going to use the static grass applicator, and I'm going to put the glue on. So just lean back a little bit so I get in.
I need to get all the glue off the paint.
Okay.
Well, there's what's all over the flowers too.
Yeah, no, but it'll fall off, don't worry. It'll come off.
Or we just could just spread it all around the pack.
There we are. Right, so I've got that.
You might need to
So
change
now,
the water.
don't need to change the water. Right. So now, careful. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this off, and then we'll come back for the next application in a minute. Right, so we're back on Aslan's footprint, and Rosie has had some kind of face pack put on her. This looks awesome, I think. I don't know what that's all about.
Mummy has it.
Mummy has the same. I don't know what that's all about, but anyway, we'll find out. So the next thing to do on this, we've got two things we're going to do now. I'm really, really, really busy. The first thing is going to not involve videoing, but I'm going to get my little Hoover, and we're going to just vacuum up to get some of the, free up some of the flowers, because they've been covered over a little bit with the static grass. So we're going to get that done. Once that's done, we'll come back and we're going to start sealing this with watered down PVA and with the alcohol mix as well. So yeah, that's our step we're on now. So Rosie has said that she does want to be involved in doing this, and she doesn't mind the smell of the alcohol, but we'll see how long I let her stay in the room for, because it isn't very good for her. This is the alcohol. So what we're going to do is we're going to drip this on all over like this.
Ooh.
Actually, the first thing we're going to do is quickly get ourselves something for it to sit on, like this. Let's slide that under. Get one of the baking tray, one of the cooling trays even. So we slide that under just to make it a little bit easier for us to move. So this is basically very, very strong alcohol, at 99% alcohol, and what it does is it breaks up the surface tension. No, you can't smell it, Rosie. It's bad for you.
I just want to smell it one more time.
Rosie is addicted to the smell of alcohol, so definitely her mother's daughter. Right, stop that. Right, so do you want to do this? Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
What we're looking to do is cover all of the static grass.
How you screwed it out?
Right, so what you do is you press that in, you lift it up. Whoa, watch. Don't take over until I've told you. So you press that in, you put it in, and you release, and it pulls in, do you see? And then you press it very, very gently. Very gently. Can you see that it's very gentle, and it will drip it out?
I'm just going to watch.
Are you just going to watch? Okay. Well, if you want to take over at any point, then you can. But what we do is we're going to put this over the whole of the piece. So we won't film all of it because it's very much the same as what I'm doing now. But we'll just do a little bit of a section of it here.
I'm going to do it over the flowers.
Over the flowers and over everything, yes.
The footstep.
Over the footstep and everything, yeah. Right, so that's that. So that's alcohol. And then what we do, this has been glued shut, there we are. We then do the same technique with this. We get glue into our dropper, and then we drop it on. And this is slightly more annoying to do.
Yeah.
But by the end of this process, hopefully, everything will be stuck down and it won't fall off, which is what we're aiming for, yeah?
Yeah.
It
smells good.
It doesn't smell good, it smells horrible.
Smells fine.
Right, so we're going to get the rest of this done and then leave it in the sun to dry, which shouldn't take too long because it's really, really warm at the moment, isn't it, love?
Yeah.
It's lovely weather.
I really wish it wasn't that so strong.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get this done. I'll turn the camera back on when it's all finished, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so that's done and dusted. What we'll do now is let that dry, and then it'll be on to the next step, which is going to be doing some bulrushes down the side of the stream and then pour in the resin, which is going to be fun. And then we're done. But yeah, Rosie helped a little bit. I'm a little aware of how smelly it is, and potentially that 100% alcohol, probably not the best thing in the world for her to be smelling, though of course she loves the smell of it. But yeah, she's headed off somewhere else to do something else now for a little bit and left me to finish most of it. But she did help quite a bit, which is nice. I always love it when she helps. So yeah, we'll let that dry and bring you back for the next step when we get to it. Right, so the next step is going to be some rushes, and we've put one in already because I was just showing Rosie how we do this.
I want to hold it.
Okay, we'll hold it in shot. And hold it over here. So we've got an old paintbrush. That's in shot, yeah. We've got a whole paintbrush. We pull a little bit of that out. Another bristles to one side. Oh, sorry, it's a bit tough. There we are. You hold it now. Then get some really strong scissors. These are great scissors. Snip that off. Make sure to keep it together. Get a dab of super glue. Press it into the super glue. Wait for a little bit. I know, these are old paintbrushes that are no longer useful, and this is a way that they're not wasted. There we are, you see, we've got another bulrush, another rush put in. And when we get the resin in and we pour a little bit of resin in here and along here, it will also help to secure the rushes. So when I cut it, you can hold it. I need to give it a good pull. And you're not strong enough, unfortunately, to hold against how hard I have to pull. So we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep cutting it. If you hold it, we're going to keep cutting out bits off this old. And we're just going to put a few rushes, not many, just a few, just to make it obvious
What about
where the
that
stream is. That's one we'll use if we want to. They've got slightly different colours, you see. One of the good things to do when you're looking at rushes is to look at what kind of paints and stuff you've used the paintbrush for. And so this one has been used for some wood, to apply wood stain, and so it's got a slightly darker colour. Can you see if we compare it to that one, which is lighter? Yeah? Do you see that?
Yeah, and I want to do that.
Do you want to do some of the dark one? Okay, so we'll do that.
So it makes it different colours.
Exactly, give it a bit of variety is a good idea. Right, so do you want to hold the handle? Thank you. Snip that off.
Oh.
Get some scissors, get some glue, and stick it down. So once we've done a little bit of this, I'll do a couple more and then that'll be enough. We're gonna, don't knock them, they're not solid yet. We will put resin on, and that will then make it all solid and make it all secure. I mean, then they don't fall over. So we'll get the rest of that done and bring you back when we get to the resin. Right, so we are ready now to do the resin in the footprint. So this is going to be, Rosie's first experience of this. So I was going to mix up some resin, but the problem we've got is the resin I've got is in a huge pack and it'd be quite messy. So don't touch this once it's in. So I'm just going to make use of Green Stuff World ultraviolet UV resin, and what I'll do is I'll take it outside and set it in the sun. So Rosie, what we need to do, I'll show you first and then you can do another one, is you very, very, very carefully pour it in. Very gently. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And it's going to fill up that gap. So do you want to do that? Do you want to pour some?
Yeah.
Very, very gently. Don't pour it too fast. That's it. And we'll just pour it in. Don't tip it up faster. Let it come out very, very gently. There we are.
What is?
There we are, stop that. That's it.
The water is clear.
Yeah, it's clear, yeah. So we don't want to overfill it. We might have overfilled that one slightly. Hopefully not. Just going to drip those in. And what we'll do...
Are we going to put it down the stream as well?
Yeah, but I'm going to have to think about that because it runs off the edge and it's going to cause a right mess and it won't stay in here. So I'm going to have to think about how that's going to work. There we are.
I know how it's going to work.
How's it going to work, love?
Well, we can put a hand here.
Oh yeah, or maybe we can pour it when it's outside in the sun and so it will go off really quickly. But anyway, there we are. So that's the beginning of the pour. What we'll do is we're going to carry this downstairs. Right, so that's a bit annoying because we were just chattering away, me and Rosie, and we got this pour done, and I just noticed that the microphone receiver, the button's a bit dodgy now and it didn't turn on right. So anyway, so what you just saw was us pouring in the resin. We're just discussing how we're going to do the stream coming down the side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this downstairs and outside, sit it in the sun because this goes off in the sun, it's UV resin, and then once that's dry, which will take a couple of minutes, we can then potentially lift this up to make that flat and make it so that it won't pour off the edge and make a right mess. I haven't checked actually yet how much audio got through in my previous clip, but I'm a bit worried that not very much did. And what I've realised happened was that I'd accidentally left the receiver turned on at some point and flattened the battery, and so it was just out of battery, and that's why I was having trouble with it. However, yesterday we got the UV resin, which went off immediately in the sun outside, much too quickly in a sense, but it worked. There's some bubbles in it, but it looks fine, and yeah, Rosie enjoyed it a lot, so that's worked really, really nicely. So what we're going to do this evening when she gets back from school is I'm going to get some of my going to do the ripples basically. Now we do that with a Liquitex, where is it? Here it is, the Liquitex gloss gel. So we're going to use that and we'll put that on and make ripples and just make it look a bit nicer, and then when that's dried we'll dry brush it and then we're going to be finished. So we're getting close to being done, but I thought I'd just, well, we didn't record a clip last night because there was no battery on the microphone, yeah, I just thought I'd fill in where we're up to. So yeah, pretty good, nearly done, which is good because we've only got another couple of days before we need to finish and take pictures and enter it into the TCU challenge. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to work on the ripples. So Rosie's not done this before, obviously, so I'm going to show her how he does it. So we've got the Liquitex gloss gel, and let me show you what you do and then you can do it. So you take this, you get some gel, and then you put it on, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to make it look, let me come around here, you're trying to make it look like moving water. So can you see how that is going to look like moving water when it's dried? Yeah, so what we're doing is we're putting some gloss gel on and we're doing that. So do you want to get some?
Yeah. Of course I do.
Get some and then start on here and just, that's it. Start on here and just start putting it down and then moving it around so it looks like it's moving water. And we will work on this. Yes, it does. That's it. Right, if you need a hand, let me know if you're struggling to get in. That's it, like peaks and troughs, and then down here as well. Yeah, let me just have a look with that. So watch this, watch this. You come in flat, and you kind of dab it down. Yeah? And that way you get these little peaks and troughs.
Like you did there. Like
I did there, and that's what we're trying to get. So let's move up to there now because that's done, so you can get some more, absolutely. So let's move up to the actual paw print now. And you start dubbing those on. And that's it. This will now dry overnight and then tomorrow it'll be clear. And what you'll do is we'll come along with some white paint and we will dry brush it, that's it. We'll dry brush it and then it'll look like running water. Okay?
Okay.
Right, so hold it flat, watch. So you've got lots on there. So you press it down flat, you see? And turn it around, and flat, 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 and then you get lots off, and now you can move that around. You don't need to keep going back. No, don't spread it. Watch. Push it. Do you see?
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That
You
looks
push it.
like moving water.
Yeah. Well, I think we're done. Actually, I think we've done enough.
So somebody is walking across here, and then they have to go across the river.
They have to jump it, don't they? Yes.
Oh.
Right, so we're going to let that dry. That's very good. Well done, Rosie. We'll let that dry, and when we come back to that tomorrow, we'll put little bits of white paint on it so that you'll pick out the tops of those, because that will dry clear, you see. And then all we need to do is that, and then cut out, and then we're done. Are you excited? You've done really well. You enjoyed this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, well done, good girl. Right, we're really getting close to the end of this now. And I've had a word with Rosie, and she's happy for me to do this next bit on my own. Because, well, yeah, it's not something that she really has much to do with anyway. And that is cutting this out from its base. Because the only other thing left, other than this, is going to be dry brushing our ripples, which have worked really well. And we're going to do that this evening. So I'm going to cut this out now. Not going to film it all. It literally is just like that. Just trace around the edge of it with a sharp knife. And then later on this evening, when Rosie gets back from school, last day of the summer term for her, for our summer holidays, yeah, when Rosie gets back, then we will do some dry brushing and get it completed together. And then I'll need to take pictures of both of these entries and submit them to the TCU challenge. Right, so we're coming to the last bit, which is dry brushing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show Rosie how it's going to work, and then I'm going to let her do it. So this first thing is going to be me doing it. So what we get some white paint, yeah?
Can I show my hand in?
Yeah, you can. We get some white paint, and then we come along and we very, very lightly brush it over. Yeah, like this, you see? Yeah? So what we're looking to do is pick out all those little ripples that we put in yesterday. So do you want to take over?
Yeah, please.
Go on then, so you can do all around here and all down there. You go for it. You've got enough paint, don't need any more paint. That's it. So let me show you again, because you obviously weren't watching totally well then. Watch. Yeah? So do it in one direction, like this.
I can't really see it.
No, you can't, but trust me, when it dries, you really will be able to see it, because you don't want it to look like that. I did too much there, but it's okay. So just brush. Like this. Can you see now? Yeah? And then down the stream. That's it. And that is the last step. Don't need more paint. You've got plenty of paint. Let's move this over. There we are. Better?
Okay.
Right. You don't need more paint. You've got plenty of paint. Look at all the paint you've got. You don't need more paint.
I can't see any paint.
Look, watch. See? You see? Plenty of paint. And then, when you're done, okay, well, I'll get the paint out because because you'll get too much.
No, I won't.
And then I take most of it off, and there you are.
Don't get too much.
Yeah, there we are. Right, so do that, and come down the stream, and then we're done. We'll take some pictures and we'll enter it. A little bit more here. You don't need more paint. You've got plenty of paint on that. It's dry brushing, remember. Look at how well that's working now that it's dry brushing. It's only pulling out the high bits. That's what you want. You don't want it to be painting it white. Okay, I think that's done.
No, it's not.
I think you're done, Roo. That's way too much paint.
Take most of it off.
Okay. See that's actually didn't have any ripples, so we don't want anything there. So let's just come down right down to here where there are ripples. A little bit there, a little bit more here. That's it. And do you see how that's worked? So now it looks like it's a rushing little stream, doesn't it? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Right, so we are done. What do you say? Well, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that. I hope it inspires you to spend time with your kids or just your loved ones. Whoever, it doesn't have to be kids, does it? Time is the one thing that we can never have enough of. So yeah, make the most of it. I'll wrap up by saying, countering the rambly intro with a short outro, thank you very much for watching, and to everyone, please do stay healthy, stay safe and stay well.